On behalf of the Orbit deck, Chris Orbit Brown, Nick Stumphauser, and myself, Sean, I'd like to extend a very warm hey. Welcome to this video, where Nick and I will be teaching you 3 of our favorite cardistry moves that we've been developing over the last few years. In this video, you'll learn 3 of my moves seldom seen in any of my videos. I'm talking It's Canyasporn, Hondang, and even Typhorient. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this is It's Canyasporn. It's a one-handed cut that looks something like this. I started playing with this move in the airport heading to Houston, and it was a way that I was actually getting out of Skirt by Tobias Levin. Skirt happens here, and then I would combo it right into this move here, which I have dubbed It's Canyasporn for no good reason. So this is a one-handed move that involves a card moving from the bottom packet into the center and finishing with a scissor cut. So that being said, the prereqs for this move are going to be a Charlier cut, a thumb cut, which looks like this, and a scissor cut. It requires somewhat big hands, but you know what they say about not having big hands. So a quick overview of the thumb cut looks like this. You're going to make your middle finger and thumb touch here, and you're going to split the deck like so. As you split the deck, the packet connected to your middle finger is going to come down into a straddle-like grip. So you may recognize this grip from the Charlier cut. From here, your index finger is going to extend as it reaches up to contact the thumb again. From here, the index will take that packet and pull it downwards, thus putting the packet on your middle finger on top. So again, you're here, kind of in a relaxed position. The deck, instead of being a normal dealer's grip, is sort of kind of touching the bottom joint of my index finger. It's almost at the fingertips, I guess you'd say. You're starting in a straddle grip here. As you lever the deck up with your middle finger, making contact, splitting the deck. The main point of the thumb cut is to have the thumb putting pressure on this vertical packet so that you can do whatever you want with this hand and not let the cards drop. From here, your index finger extends to raise this packet in straddle grip as you pinch together your thumb and index. Now your index takes over that thumb packet and is pulling this down as this corner sort of rides along the face of the other packet, and you are here. So that's the thumb cut. From here, the scissor cut is the same sort of deal, but completely different. So you're going to start in a raised straddle grip. Really quickly, your thumb's going to come back near your pinky, break off a packet here, and you're just going to extend your hand. You have a packet between your thumb and index, and then your index and pinky are holding this other packet sort of in straddle, and you complete the cut like so. So there's a scissor cut. So now that we know both the thumb cut and the scissor cut, we can start getting into It's Canyasporn. It's Canyasporn looks like this for those that need a little reminder. It's the cut that takes a card around the world in 80 ways. What's it mean? Nobody knows. Alright, again, the thumb cut is a prerequisite along with the scissor cut. So, if you haven't learned those, it's a quick YouTube search. So from here, what we're going to do is you're going to open the deck in a thumb cut position. Again, I usually do this after skirt, just because the deck's in position, but you can just open from a thumb cut or a Charlier cut, really anything to get the deck into this position. Now from here, your middle finger of your left hand, of the hand that's holding the deck, is going to go under the deck and is going to push out a single card, like so. This card is going to come onto the top of this packet in the motion of doing the thumb cut. So as your hand squeezes together, it's going to square this face-up card on top of the base packet as you do the thumb cut. Right, so this is the position. We have a face-up card in the middle of a thumb cut. Again, we're here. Middle finger comes under, pushes out a single card. You're kind of in this shape here, like so. As you execute the thumb cut, your two long fingers on the long edge are going to push that card over as you execute the thumb cut. Now, from here, your thumb is going to come over and actually just kind of square this top packet. So I usually do a little rubbing down motion like this. That makes it easier to grab this card. So you'll notice my index fingers on the inside of, or between these two packets, and that's instrumental in helping you place this card where it needs to be. So from here, keeping your index finger where it is, your thumb is going to pull that 10 of hearts, the face-up card, into the crevasse made by your index finger, and that's going to end square on the inside of this packet. So let's get up to that point again. Open the deck, pushing out one card, folding it over on top as you execute a thumb cut. Now, this is why I square the pack, because you'll notice it's not square, so we need to square it. It's going to make everyone's life easier. Squared up just takes a little, it does, I mean, it's part of the cut, but you don't notice it taking any time away. The thumb pulls that 5 of hearts over, and it's going to land square on this packet here. We'll do that one more time just in case you didn't see. In the mirror, watch the mirror. As I pull this 5 of hearts over, it's going to end up square behind my index finger. Now, from here, I'm going to readjust, putting my index finger on the outside, holding kind of this weird modified straddle grip where there's a break, and my thumb's going to come back. It's kind of a stretch, and take this top packet and move it to the bottom using a scissor cut technique. That's it's Candace born. Again, we split in the packet, pushing a single card out, letting it fall on top in the motion of a thumb cut, squaring this top packet, pulling that card so it lands square back here, readjusting, taking that top packet, moving it to the bottom. And there you have it. It's Candace born. It really is. Alright, boys and girls, probably just boys because that's the demographic of cardistry. Let's get into Hondang. Hondang is a really cool packet cut that I came up with. And that was what it looks like. Now I know you've already seen it, but for some reason, I showed you again. So let's get into learning it. I figured it'd probably be better to learn from the front too, just because of the nature of this cut. So what we're going to do is hold the deck in kind of a raised straddle grip. You'll notice that I am holding it in a raised straddle grip. Instead of breaking off the packet like this in a typical Z-grip fashion, you're going to actually rotate it so that your pinky is facing downwards and your thumb is going to come in contact with the index finger on the top here. So you're kind of doing this weird inverted situation. From here, once you're gripping the deck in biddle with your right hand, you're going to break off into Z, but it's a Z where the crux of the Z is on your pinky down below. So that's fun. Kind of an inverted sort of situation. Once you're here and you have this, you're going to rotate your hands in opposite directions. So by this I mean your left hand's going to rotate back down towards dealer's grip position while your right hand rotates more kind of inwards. So inverted Z, we're going to come on up here, rotating our hands. Now the left hand, thumb and index finger are going to contact that right hand packet here. And once that happens, the thumb is going to push to your right, thus creating another packet. From here, all you got to do is take that top packet that you just broke off and pull it to the side. Now, does it look like you're playing the guitar, like a really small one? Definitely. Is that what you're actually doing? No. From here, you're going to execute that really funny scissor grip to V shape. Just a little review on that. It's a scissor cut, but when this packet clears the other, you're going to use your 2 long fingers on the long edge to push this bad boy up to the thumb. And all of a sudden, you've got this great shape. So again, we've got the inverted Z, rotating to the thumb and index of the left hand, breaking off this packet and taking it, the old break and take, B and T, into this shape here. Now, your right hand's gonna chill for just a sec. These 2 packets, the one on my pinky and the one that I'm pointing at, as you execute a scissor cut with your left hand and do that whole pushing thing, and getting into this sort of daisy chain looking shape. Once you're in this shape here, your right hand will now engage, kind of clipping this packet against the other. Now that's being done by adding pressure of my middle finger on the short edge, and my index finger is going to be kind of right in the O there, and this is just sliding down. One important thing here is to kind of bend my pinky in here. We'll see why in a second here, but basically you want to keep the pressure about here, not completely square on the edge, if that makes sense. You want it to a point where you can push it back like this. So once you're here, this is the V that you're now going to move around. So your your right hand is going to tilt that V so that it rides up. Now you're just pushing with your thumb, and your clipped packet. You're going to push this up one side of the V, rotate, and push down the other side. Let's get up to that point. We're here, inverted Z, breaking off this packet, taking it as the left hand executes the V shape. From here, now clipping this packet with the index and middle, pushing down, curling in my pinky just the slightest bit, and now we're in the V. We're going to rotate this to break it off of the left pinky, pushing it up one side and down the other. Now, it is pretty important here that your index and middle finger are clipping this packet that you just pushed down, so that you can lift up a little bit so that your index can help push this back, because essentially you're going to push this packet back into this position here to help finish up the cut. However, if you let this packet get too square, it is gonna not be able to slide back just because it's being blocked. It's not on the surface anymore. So that's why it's important to clip that packet sort of like this. It's hard to clip a packet like that, but it's so that you can lift up just the slightest bit. So getting into that position again. As soon as I get here, my index finger of the left hand pushes that packet back, and I'm now in this position here. From here, the hands separate. I'm gonna let this packet fall onto my long finger, so we have this triangle shape. This V is gonna do the thing where I told you it relaxes, and that packet will fall behind the packet that just fell. You're gonna do a reverse scissor cut, which gets thrown on top as you roll this packet between your middle finger and the left hand pinky onto the top of the deck. And that, my friends, is Honding. Alright, this is Typhorient. I came up with this move after playing with this mechanic that I taught on Weston Hamilton's tutorial pack that he filmed at Cardistry Con 2017 in Los Angeles. It was just this little move which spins a card out from the bottom of a packet, and the packet folds over nice and clean on top, that I called 180 Lil. So I found a way to kind of extend that motion and put it into a more full cut, I guess. It's more of a hybrid cut. It's not a packet cut, and it's not a single card twirl. There's elements happening in both those fields with this cut. So there's no real prerequisites. Something that you should be comfortable doing is This motion here, moving a card to the bottom and then bringing it right back to the top, that's a pretty intuitive move. Really, all I'm doing is, I guess, putting my thumb on the middle here and sliding it across the deck, off the deck, and my fingers here are levering the deck up here and placing it on the bottom. Now my thumb's in the perfect position to just squeeze it right back out and have it fold over on top. So it's sort of a fidget move, sort of something you can do during card twirls to give your cut just that much more pizzazz, I guess. Don't know why I said the word pizzazz, but that's really the only prerequisite aside from a index extension, which, you know, basically you hold the deck and you extend your index holding a card, and that's the index extension. So without further ado, let's get into Typhorient. Again, Typhorient came from this move here, which I dubbed 180 Lil, because it's taking a card, having it do a 180, whoops, and it's pretty Lil. And it's a pretty simple move, actually. So let's get into learning, I guess, that, and then we'll go into the actual Typhorient. So the move you need to be cognizant of is this thumb extension. So if you look in the mirror, you'll see my thumb is curled up like a sad college student on his last year of college, and he's afraid he won't graduate. Just curled up, just like that. More on that later. The thumb is contacting the back, in this case, of this packet, and it's actually just going to use the pad of the thumb to slide a card out. And the sliding happens because your hand is just moving to the side. Now from here, all I have to do is, it's hard to do slow, but all I have to do is extend my thumb, and you'll notice because it's contacting the fleshy part of my thumb, if you see in the mirror, it's going to spin. It just wants to. Just like I just want to drop out of college. Now, the card will spin on top of this packet here, nice and flush. So it does a full 180. And you're just going to kind of peel this packet out and call it a day, squaring it up thusly. Again, it's a swing cut, and I'm rotating this packet between my middle finger and thumb of the right hand. So that's coming like this here. You'll notice as I swing cut, that puts my thumb in the perfect position to do that 180 little motion, oops, and square it up. There we go. It's very important to remember that the fleshy part of the thumb is what's going to drag that card, and as you extend, it should just flop over like that. So that's kind of the prerequisite. Let's go ahead and get into, what is this? This is Typhorient. So with that in mind, let's get into Typhorient. Typhorient's great because you can get into it from a swing cut, which means maybe you're doing a combo of some sort, and you happen to have, God. All right. Now that we know that, now that we know this mechanic, let's go ahead and get into Typhorient. Typhorient's great because it happens from this position, which means you can be doing a fun cut, let's say this one, and you have a packet in this position. What are you to do? Just close it normally like this? So with that in mind, so with this mechanic in mind, let's go ahead and get right into Typhorient. Typhorient's great because it happens from here. By that I mean it happens when two packets are separated. Now you could either do a swing cut and get into it that way. You can simply lift up half the cards, or if you're doing a really fun cut, you can just combo into it. If you find yourself, oh, God damn it. So with that in mind, so with that mechanic in mind, let's get into Typhorient. Now Typhorient's great because it happens when two packets are separated like this. What's so great about that is if you're doing a super fun cut and you find yourself in this position where you have a packet here, you can now do Typhorient. What are you going to do, close it in a normal fashion? Think again, bucko. Just kidding. What I'm saying is you can easily combo this move into any of your combos if you're that kind of guy or gal, probably guy. Anyway, here's how we're going to start. Go ahead and start by doing a swing cut, and you're in biddle grip over here and just a regular old mechanics grip here. Now, just like in 180 Lil, this thumb is going to curl on top of the packet in your left hand as this hand comes over and strips off a card. Now it'll be face down, everything's face down for now. As you extend this to do the 180 part, it's going to come over on the top, but you're going to use your thumb to slide it off both packets and onto the bottom here. As you're doing this, you're turning your right hand over and extending a little index extension. Let's review up to there. Swing cut, thumb curls in, we peel off one card, it 180s onto the top, and we slide it off both of the packets as you turn your hand over and extend an index extension. From here, I kind of let this packet help the packet that's levered up here, the King of Hearts packet, push it back this way so that I can get the 5 of clubs onto my thumb and being pushed back towards turning face down. Now, this is a perfect opportunity for this Jack of Diamonds to be inserted between the 5 of clubs and the rest of the pack. From here, you do insert it here. You drag back and you're going to apply pressure with your pinky on the outside here just a little bit so that this can flip over in a flush fashion. One more time, swing cut, curl in, peel off a card, 180, peel that down, pushing off an index extension here, rotating your hand face up, taking that King of Hearts and sliding it back on top of the Jack of Diamonds as this comes over and folds on top, like so. Now, this is a great cut because you can keep comboing if you so choose. However, to close, I found that it's nice to turn your hand face down, placing your thumb on the edge here and just rotating it in like a parallel, like sort of like if you were to, like if parallel parking was done with a deck of cards is kind of, I guess, how you'd word that. You're just you're putting it here, pressure with the thumb, swinging this bad boy in. And that, my friends, is Typhorient. Okay everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you got something out of it. These are our favorite moves that we do on a daily basis, sometimes an hourly basis. And we're really glad to finally be able to bring these to you and teach these to you. So I know Nick had a great time shooting it. It's actually just an assumption. I don't know if he did. I sure did. I truly did have a great time shooting this. And I know Chris Orbit Brown is really glad that you can enjoy these moves and enjoy the cards. If you enjoy the cards, let us know. Let us know what you want to see on the next deck in terms of feel, design. We already got some in mind, but we're open to suggestions. So with that, thank you so much for watching these videos, and we'll see you next time.
Hello there. Wow. Hello again, everybody.
Hello again, everybody.
Hey guys, how you doing? Hey guys, Nick Stumphauser here, aka the Jack of Clubs, and I am excited to bring to you 3 tutorials today for a few cardistry moves that are originals. I think you'll really enjoy them, and I'm going to go through a performance, an over the shoulder, a few more performances of them, and then wrap it all up for you. I'm really looking forward to your guys' feedback, and I hope that you can use these flourishes in your own repertoire and build on them to create your own flourishes. Let's get into it. Alright, so the first move we're going to learn is called Austin, and it looks like this. Now, to begin, you're going to break off into a Sybil formation. Your left hand ring finger is going to get in this sort of mount where it just kind of curls underneath. This is going to allow you to extend the bottom packet. So from Sybil, your left hand preps its ring finger, and your right hand is going to grip the corners of this bottom packet. Your left thumb is going to regrip to the center of the middle packet. And as you extend your right hand forward, you're going to pass off that middle packet into a scissor grip position, sort of a modified scissor grip position. And this happens as you rotate the Queen of Spades packet with your middle finger. You're then going to push through with your thumb and pointer finger of your left hand, like so. And then you're going to rotate your hands inward, and you're going to align the two center packets like so. Your pinky of your right hand is going to grip that packet, and you're going to sandwich the top two, and then the right hand is going to flip over. That's the basic closer. One more time. Now you'll notice I almost did it there, that as I close and my pinky brings this packet over, my left hand is kind of in this scissor grip position, and you can just bring that packet back up onto the top. So let's jump around to the over the shoulder shot, and I'll show you that again. You're going to break off into Sybil. Your thumb of your left hand is going to grip in scissor. Your right hand is going to grip the pinky. Your left hand is going to grab the middle packet and reposition it in a scissor, like so. And as you push forward, your right hand is going to rotate that bottom packet around using the middle finger. Alrighty. And as it comes underneath here, you're going to square it up with the center packet, and your right pinky is going to guide the flipping over of that the rest of the packets from your right hand. Now you're just in the scissor grip where you can plop that right on top. And that's Austin. Alrighty, so this is Play-Doh. So to begin, you're going to break off into Sybil position. And your left hand is going to take the bottom two packets in scissor grip formation, and your right hand is going to connect the bottom packet here to your pinky. And you're going to extend out like so. The bottom packet, I should say this middle packet here, is going to come underneath. So you're going to bring it from around front to underneath. And then this top packet up here is going to push forward it's kind of like in this flicky snake-like motion, and then it's going to come back around top. All right, so it's more flare than anything that's really happening. Okay. And then as it comes around top, you're going to regrip with your right thumb. So you catch it right here with your right thumb, and then you're going to bring it back, and as you bring it back, you're going to clip it between your middle finger and your ring finger and rotate it. And as it rotates on the top of the deck, you're going to flirt out one card, flip this over, and then this is going to catch on your thumb. The flirted card is going to catch on your thumb. It's going to rotate around your middle finger. You're going to push it forward, grip it, and sandwich it closed. So one more time. Just like that. And that's Play-Doh. So here's the over the shoulder for Play-Doh. You're going to break off in a Sybil. Your left hand is going to be in a scissor position while your right hand is in this position here. Your right hand is going to place the bottom packet on your pinky so that you can rotate it around and underneath, and then you're going to square that up. Now you're kind of in a scissor. You're going to push with your thumb and press this bottom packet into your palm, and then pull it back and connect it with your right thumb. So that looks like this. And then you're going to extend your middle finger of your left hand and clip it in between your ring finger and your middle finger. Your thumb is going to guide it around vertically, and then as it flips face down by applying pressure with your thumb, you're going to extend one card from your right hand. You're then going to connect that with your left thumb, flip it forward, and then close it like a book. This flourish is a little bit more complicated. This is Blaine. So I originally learned this, I came up with this using squids and eventually translated it to cards. It might be easier to learn with squids first and then translate to cards, just because the cards will hit the ground multiple times as you're learning how to control the packets. Like most of my moves here, we're going to start in Sybil grip. Your bottom packet is going to be gripped in my usual ring finger extension grip. Just like that. I'm going to get that ready. And you'll notice that my hand goes across toward my left shoulder, and I grip with my ring finger on this bottom packet here, and I flip it vertically. What that allows me to do is to get into position. I extend the bottom packet, and then my left thumb here grips the middle packet, and that allows me to reposition this guy right here. So the left hand grips this middle packet and helps flip it vertically, and then my left thumb contacts the second top packet here, and now I'm in position with my right hand gripping like I have here in the bottom. Now I'm gripping the top, so it looks like this. Now you guys may be familiar with this type of Michael James grip, okay? That's kind of the center of this cut, is Sybil, grip the bottom, flip the middle packet, re-grip it here. And then my left thumb grips this second packet from the top. And as I pull across, I'm gripping the bottom in my usual scissor. And then this top guy here is extended out. And it's kind of two separate things going on. what I'm doing is I'm rotating, I'm pushing the bottom packet forward, and then I'm rotating this center packet around my left thumb. And I'm sandwiching it in the middle of these packets. And you'll see this a little bit better from the over-the-shoulder perspective, but just a couple more times from the front here. I'm in Sybil, I flip over the center packet, I re-grip the center packet, my left thumb takes a second, and then I rotate that middle packet around. Now let's switch to the over-the-shoulder perspective, because I think that'll give you a better look at how this cut is happening. We're going to break off into Sybil. Your right hand is going to, oh, oops, wrong flourish. So you're going to break off into Sybil. Your right hand is going to pivot up and grip with your ring finger and rotate that packet upward, while your left hand uses its ring finger to extend the bottom packet. You're going to switch from your middle finger here to your thumb, and the middle finger is going to grip this face up packet here, and your ring finger is going to be in that extension position. Alright, so now you're here, and as you begin to push forward, your left hand pointer finger is going to take over that bottom packet. It's going to push that packet forward like you did in Play-Doh, and then you're going to apply pressure with your middle finger to begin the process of rotating. You can release with your pinky, rotating that middle packet around. Your pointer finger packet and your thumb is going to scoop up underneath, and see how I'm kind of sandwiching that packet, that face-up packet, between this one here and this one here. And then it's going to tip from my right hand onto the top of the deck. So a lot of this is gravity here. So once again, you rotate that vertically, re-grip, re-grip again, and then the rotation happens by kicking that packet forward and applying pressure down with your ring finger, scooping it up underneath, and then it all falls to a close. And that's Blaine. So that's it, guys. That's the 3 tutorials. We have Play-Doh, Austin, and Blaine. I really hope you enjoyed them, and if you have any questions about them at all, leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to articulate a good answer to help you guys through these moves. They do get progressively more difficult, but I hope that I did a good job explaining them, and that you can add them into your repertoire and build off of them and maybe create some of your own flourishes. If you use them, tag me in them on Instagram. I'd love to see your performances. Thank you so much, everybody, for all your support of the Orbit V6s and all the previous editions of the Orbits, but you really, guys, you blew this out of the water with the V6s, which is why Sean and I and Chris wanted to come together and offer you 6 free tutorials for the Orbit V6s. Stick around. We're going to be doing free Orbit Fridays every Friday, hosted by yours truly, and we can't wait to see you guys in the comments on Instagram and on YouTube. Take care.